Think of a progressive web app more like a running list of things you can do than a static list. It's going to evolve over time, but the idea is to make user experience, as we know, as close as possible to a native app. By the way, maybe you don't trust me. Maybe you think that this progressive web app is just pure hype and Andre is just teaching us something that won't exist in 2 years. Well, companies like Twitter have adopted progressive web apps, so much so that Twitter has moved all of their mobile web traffic to a React progressive web app. Alibaba.com, yeah, they use a progressive web app. Lyft and Uber uses a progressive web app. Lyft, for example, has a goal of making their progressive web app 100% parity, or have complete feature set that their mobile phone has, their mobile app has, to be the exact same as their web app. And there's tons of companies that are adopting progressive web apps because it is so beneficial. Let me show you a few examples to really emphasize and make you understand what this PWA is. One of the great examples that I like is this Pokedex.org website, a very, very simple website that shows you Pokemon information. Everybody loves that. Now, this is a progressive web app. Well, how so? If I go open up the developer tools, and you see over here, if I click on the icon that shows toggle device toolbar, and I scroll down here, it'll show me the mobile view of this app. Let me scroll down so we can see it fully. And we see over here that it looks pretty good on mobile. I can even turn it around. And we also have the menu that's working. But the cool part about this is if I turn off my Wi-Fi, which usually gives us that blank page with the dinosaur on Chrome saying we don't have an internet connection. Well, check this out. This still works. How cool is that? If I had this on my phone, even though I don't have an internet connection, I would be able to still check out all these Pokemons. All right, let's turn back the Wi-Fi and take a look at another website. And this is the Hacker News Progressive Web Apps. And you can think of it as a playground where people try and rebuild the Hacker News website using a progressive web app. And you can see here it gives us the Lighthouse score. It gives us some important metrics like how fast our web page loads. And you can even look at the code of people that have implemented this. Now let's click on the View app over here for one of the examples. And we see over here that we just have a simple Hacker News website. The cool part about this, and this is a thing that we'll talk about later on in the videos, is if I open this tab, now let's scroll this tab up now, and we go to Application, scroll all the way up to what we call the manifest, we see over here that there's a Add to Home Screen button. And this Add to Home Screen button appears for mobile users if I've visited the site multiple times. It's going to have a pop-up, and you might have seen this while browsing the web as well, that says, hey, do you want to add this to your home screen? You see over here, if I click that, I get this little notification. If I click on Add, I can add the application. We'll keep the name the same. And now on my desktop, look at that. I have Preact Hacker News app straight on this desktop, and it opens up right away. If I turned off the Wi-Fi and open this up again, we see that it still works. How cool is that? And you still see the URL bar because this is a browser. But if we were on a mobile phone, you actually wouldn't see this URL bar and it will feel completely like an app. Very, very cool. You see here that we don't completely have full features because you still need Wi-Fi for some parts. But that's okay, right? Because native apps work like that too. There you go. It's starting to load now. All right. So I think that's enough examples to prove to you that maybe we should consider doing this whole progressive web app thing. In the next few videos, I'm going to show you the 3 most important parts to build our own progressive web app. And we're going to talk about these 3 topics so that our RoboFriends app is going to be a progressive web app by the end of this section, and Bruno is going to love us for it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.